So today we're starting off with an introduction to Houdini. If you don't have any experience in 3D or anything like that, this is the video for you. I prefer you to go straight into Houdini, which is you also have Maya and Blender and other softwares like that, which is kind of standard. And some of the same principles apply. Just Houdini, I think, is overall like the king. It's one-stop shop. Like Blender. Blender is also free, but Houdini is a paid program. Also has a free apprenticeship, which is that's what we'll be using. But let's jump into it, and we're gonna get into the basic interface and navigating around the Houdini interface, the node graph, and everything like that. So let's jump over. So as we get in here, you got your header toolbar at the top with your file, edit, and help and so forth, which is standard things you see in most softwares. And then right below is your shelf tools. You have your shelf tool, which is create, where you can create your boxes, your spheres, and different geometry and different tools that Houdini have to offer. Which is we will get more in detail in this throughout the course as we go. All right. Right below we have our viewport, which is the viewport. On the left side we have our viewport toolbar, which is we can select the different component types, or it is point, surface, or dynamic modes, the selection type, translate, rotation, scale, the gizmo handles, and so forth. We have the magnet snapping to snap to grid, or snap to line, snap to point, different snapping methods. We also have this little camera icon, and if you toggle this and click on it, you see that you now get a hand that pops up, which is let you navigate. If you right click the mouse, you zoom in and out. Right click zoom, left click lets you be able to pan or tumble around. Yeah, just tumble around. The middle mouse lets you be able to pan. Middle mouse is the pan tool. And that's with your camera, right? Pretty basic, pretty standard stuff that's inside of each software. Now, if you toggle back off of the camera and you hit your selection tool, you can no longer see the camera is no longer toggled. So whatever I select is select tool. I can't move the mouse. I can't tumble the camera. So you have keyboard shortcuts. What I like to do, if you hover over the camera tool, you can see that it says view. If you hold the space bar down, you can see that the camera tool is now highlighted as I hold the space bar. You can keep it the selection tool, and if you hold space, you get the same camera tools as if it was toggled. So it's like a whole action, which is I use this 90% of the time. I really never toggle the camera. I just hold my space bar to toggle the camera and go. So yeah. So in Houdini you use nodes. What are nodes? Different tools and objects and functions that you can use to link together and to create a tool, or to create any type of job, or just get the job done that you need to get done. So we have our parameters up here, have our take list, we have our performance meter, which is, I rarely look at the performance meter and the take list. We'll get more in depth into that as well. If I drop a node down, you can see the parameters pop up, which is transform and such, rotate, scale. These are all the parameters for this node, right? And you're also able to dive into nodes, but we'll get more in depth into that as well. Okay, and right below we have our node tree, which is where we build. We'll spend a lot of time lands in our node tree. So if you look closely, we have these little arrows on the side to where you can collapse and close different things of the menu, these little black arrows. So if you want to kind of build your own your own type of interface, you can do that. Your own setup, and that's what I like to do. I like to run my own setup. So we'll switch over to the Blue Cow Animate setup, which is, I like to have my 3D viewport the biggest thing on the screen. I just like to see my 3D viewport, right? And over here I have my network view. And if I drop a node down, right? Let's just say we drop a box. If I drop a box down, if I press the letter P, now I can see my properties. So this is how I like to work. I like to, have my nodes right here, and I just press P to hide or show my properties for whichever node that I'm selected on, instead of using the default. Bam. So we just walked through the basic of navigation and the layout of everything, right? So now we're going to get into creating your first node network.